it's easier to get. Okay, so
Okay.
he is 5 years, 7 months old.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start here at 5.
Okay.
And our first stopping point, our first decision point is 1 through 12.
Okay.
We started at 1, so we go 1 through 12. And you can see this one's labeled 1 through 16 if we needed to keep going. Here's how you decide if you keep going or if you stop. Once you get to 12, you want to look and see, did the child, if only 1 or 2 items earn less than the maximum score, continue. So what that is saying is that, let's say Soothon was just knocking these out.
Mm-hmm.
When we were scoring it, this was a 2, a 2, a 2, a 2, I mean, all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this one was a 1, but the rest was a 2. So if this were happening,
Mm-hmm.
we would need to keep going.
Okay.
He is not topped out. If, let's say, he messed up on this one and got a 0, maybe this one were a 0, maybe, this one is a 1, and then these just got harder. Maybe this one was a 0 too, maybe this one he did okay on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 items that did not get the maximum amount of points.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to stop.
Okay.
He's reached his limit. We don't need to keep going.
Okay.
We're going to use what he's done through 1 through 12. If he got fewer than 3 passes, so if we did this and he just bombed it, just zeros all the way down,
Mm-hmm.
then you'd want to go back. Of course, we've gone back as far as we can go. He's starting at the first item. Well, let's say you were, 10 years old and we started at 4 and we were going 4 to, we keep going, 4 to 16. If you were a 10-year-old and this is our starting point,
Mm-hmm.
if he bombed all of these, just 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and only got maybe like 1 or 2 right, then you'd want to go ahead and give him 1 through 3.
Okay.
And then you'd score him 1 through 16 like that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It really does.
Okay. And then I'll just show you how this one goes. I wish this pencil had a better eraser.
I can give you one with one.
Sorry. 'Cause you probably want to use this for...
Oh, I forgot I moved it over here by me. Well, they all want to know why Elizabeth showed up every time you come. Why is a lesbian here? And I want to say, please mind your own business.
And we can tab these. I keep mine tabbed. I'm sure...
My other book is tabbed. Yeah.
I'm sure when Trisha left, she was just trying to clean up the kits. Oh, that's better. Much cleaner.
See, the kid I left, I didn't clean up. I just left them tabbed, but I hadn't tabbed these.
Yeah. Okay. So, the instructions, they're very similar. Again, we're starting with the school age battery because there are 2 different versions. This one you probably won't use. You're going to start here with the school age. Recall of design, and it kind of tells you samples A, B, C, and item 1. Okay, so you go to, here's sample A. I would give, and here it is, it starts here, that's copying recall of design. Here's a drawing. Look at it carefully and try to remember. Start timing. They get 5 seconds to look at this.
Okay.
Okay. And move it. Try and draw what you just saw. Make it look just like what you just saw. That looks great. That's wonderful. You can tell them, like on the sample items, you praise. If they needed to self-correct, you can kind of like, oh, maybe next time, it's a little, whatever. yours is fine. I wouldn't self-correct that. And then you'd write a P for pass.
Okay.
So then now, I clear my timer. Now look at this next one. Look at it carefully and try to remember it. My timer is going. I only have 5 seconds. I'm going to take it away. Now draw it here. That's wonderful. Great job. Let's look at this other one. Now look at this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now draw it here. Good job. Okay. Alright, so this is the part during the sample items. Again, you can do a lot of teaching here. You would mark pass or fail, whether or not, you know, looking at these designs, whether or not you think they're good. Also, when I take the paper away, generally, so I don't get them mixed up, I go ahead and write what number or letter they are. And you drew this one sideways, so I want to make sure I give you credit because it's turned sideways. I still want to see. So then for number 1, your book on this side for item 1, it kind of tells you what they need to do to get 1 point versus 2 points. And I have kind of examples.
Okay.
So same thing. All right. And I'll just hold this out so you can kind of see along. Look at this one. I'll draw it here.
Was never my specialty.
Thank you. Usually I just say thank you. You're not supposed to give praise. And mark it number 1, put it in a pile, and then keep flipping. Sometimes I forget to flip here, but
yeah, because you're over the
I'm trying to. This is the part that goes fast. Now look at this one.
Okay.
Draw it here. Usually for your kiddos with autism, you could have stopped talking. They just, once they figured out the task, you don't even have to say the directions anymore. Just keep rolling.
I bet your husband was like, what the?
And it's nice. Sometimes, you know, they're fine and you can just keep marking pass. Usually things get messed up around here.
Yeah.
You know, just depends. Sometimes they get it and sometimes they don't. So if it looks like, and you just kind of look at the examples, is it looking like they get 0 points?
Okay, kind of like with the whisk. Hey, look.
Yeah.
I sent that to you in an email, but
Yeah, I think that's the one I did get in the email. I hadn't printed it.
I printed the read. The consent won't print.
Thank you, baby.
But it's in there.
So let's say, okay, you got 2 points here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 points here, maybe just 1 point on this one. And 2 points here, maybe 1 point, maybe 0. Because sometimes a kid will do this. I've had that's a 0 because now
There's no smiley face. Don't
if
add
they-
your design.
If they start adding to the design, and I can show you, I think I have a kid's doss here on my back.
That is funny.
Yeah. You can't tell them, you can't help them out. The only thing, if any, you know, at the very most, like for this kid, I had to keep repeating, draw it exactly like you just saw.
That's what I have to do,
Like-
go whisper out sometimes.
Like that's all you can say. You know, the next time, let's draw it exactly how you saw it. Can you make sure your design looks like the one you just saw? Let's see this poor kid. You know, I had to start him at 4, and I couldn't even keep going because he
wasn't drawing it like he saw it.
no, and so you know, you have these alternative stop points too. So if they have 5 consecutive failures, you can stop. So you can kind of see what he did. We're doing good. We had the samples. You know, we kind of had some feedback on the sample. And then here's where we started. This one was okay. Not okay. Doing his own thing. This was that squiggle one. This is what happened. This is, yeah, nope.
For somebody. Okay.
Yeah, he just got excited. He was like, oh, okay, I can draw this. And then, you know, he did this and then colored it in and drew a new flag. I'm like, oh. I want to give you credit. You know, so. He lost points, but, you know, when I typed his up, because his scores came out low, which is sad. He's not a kid with ID. He can't. He's very impulsive. And he needed a lot of redirection. So I have to write that up in my explanation, because otherwise if parents were to look at that, it looks like he's ID. He's not ID. He's in a gen ed setting. He's fine. And it's like he can do the things. He's smart. It's behavioral. Like I had to keep a chart. Because he was trying to negotiate
His whole way.
And I was like, no. He's like, maybe we just do 4. Nope, we're doing 6 tests. You do the first 3, we give you a sticker. Next 3, you get a toy. So we had to do a lot of negotiating.
He wasn't paying attention.
All right, so how do you feel about that one?
I think I can do that one. To me, that reminds me of doing like the whisk.
Yeah.
Stay on task, do what you do.
Sometimes I think it's oftentimes I think it's too hard to score them in the immediacy. So that's what this PF is for. Pass, fail. Does it, even if it resembles the shape, go ahead and say pass. If it looks very off, just write an F for fail. You know, most of the time the set points are pretty good. Within 1 through 12, that's probably enough.
Okay.
So then for this kiddo, where are you going to start and where do you think you stop?
Okay, let's see. He is 5, so we're going to go down to this one. 5.
So you're going to start here, and then we want to look over here. If we're starting at 1, we're going to go to
10.
Looking for the diamond.
I was looking for the diamond, that's right. Looking for the diamond.
Our decision points are the diamond.
At the
so
diamond.
we're going to go, we're starting at 1, so we're going to go 1 through 13. And then based on our answers, now let's just say he did.
This is just a different version of the whisk.
So it's very similar, yes.
And we never gave this. I don't know who gave this.
It's more dated, but I still really like it. Okay, so
But this is fun.
let's practice this, because this is again like here is, let's say, and normally if they have autism, they're not going to do this. This is hard.
Okay.
The word definitions and the similarities. Verbal comprehension is just usually a low, nonverbal is high. But let's just for practice sake, like let's say this is what he got. He only missed 2. So we got to item 13. Fewer than 3 wrong, continue. Fewer than 3 right, go back to previous start point if applicable. So if he only got 2 wrong, should I keep going?
Yes.
Yeah. So then we just keep going to the next start point. And so let's say he got a 0 and then missed that one, got that one, a 0 and then got that one. Now we started at 1. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Do we keep going?
No.
Or do we stop? We stop. Because as soon as so the magic number is 3. If he misses 3, or if any kid misses 3, you stop.
Okay.
So let's say he had missed 1, 2, 3.
Done.
I would have stopped. Let's say he missed it. This many.
Then you go back if it's applicable, but there's no place to go back to.
Yeah, so then you'd still count this. His score would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
6 and 1 through 13. That's it. If he got 5 consecutive failures in a row,
Then you definitely stop.
you could have, yeah. So if we got to here, you would have stopped.
Okay.
And you'd still say item set 1 through 13.
Okay.
So this is your start point, because when you score it, item set administered 1 through 13. So you can kind of see here your options. You can give 1 through 13, 1 through 18. This would be if they were really good, 1 through 24. You know, if they're older, they're going to start at 5. You know, maybe that's where they go, or maybe they start at 11. You know, so it kind of gives your options.
And so then the scoring, like if he did it in 10 seconds.
These are, so this is trickier because these are ability scores, and unless you're scoring it by hand, I don't worry about this.
Okay, so you just use the numbers on the side.
Yeah, and I just, I don't know if you have it. You probably can. You can download it. There's a CD. You just load the scoring software in your computer.
We have the ability to download? Because no, you can't download over there.
Oh, that's right. We don't have.
With the new computers, you can't download.
There's no CD.
I'd have to do it on the big computer. I could probably download it on the big computer.
Oh, that's right.
I asked for a desktop. But it slowed in for Jesus, but I did ask for one.
You can download. I don't know what this CD is.
And then maybe if you go to the website now, the software is probably out there.
Might be.
For those who don't have.
I know Trisha would give you them. She's so organized. Anyway.
That's why they're looking at me strange.
But, so, that one you kind of get. And this one is... Alright, so word definitions. Actually, it's got tab keys. There you go.
This is a whisker all over again.
And all you have to do is, I will say a word and you tell me what it means. Scissors. What are scissors?
Tools for cutting.
That's great. Bed. What's a bed?
Furniture you sleep in.
Perfect. That's right. And you have to write verbatim there.
Just like the, okay.
Tiny.
Something
what does
small.
tiny mean? That's great. Travel. What does travel mean?
Something you do.
So let's see. Can you tell me another definition of travel? Is that a Q one? That wasn't a Q one.
Go a distance far away.
Oh, good. Yes. Travel means to go from place to place. So you did get that right. Even if it's a teaching item, you know, let's say Miss Crash. What does crash mean? Give me the wrong answer.
Crash means to run into or hit something.
Give me an incorrect answer.
I don't know. That's what they tell me. I don't know.
Score to 0. Crash means to hit something else. You teach it, but you still get them a 0. Disappear. What does disappear mean?
They didn't teach me that in kindergarten. I don't know.
Disappear means to quickly be out of sight. Prize. What's a prize?
I got it at the state fair.
Ooh, can you tell me more?
Something
How'd
you win.
you get it?
I won it.
That's correct. It's something you win. you got, and then I would be writing what you're saying. I
Mhm.
queried, and then you gave me the right answer, blah, blah, blah. One. So
Okay.
you got it. That's how that would go.
You don't have to worry about the rest of that because I'm going to use that one. I probably.
You might want to use a new one, but
Yeah.
here you go. But you're going to go all the way to 13 unless they got 5 consecutive.
Consecutive wrong.
But you're
Okay.
you're giving all the items in this set. For this little kiddo, we're doing pattern construction. It's just like on the whisk. We're starting here.
Okay.
So he's using foam squares.
Oh, wow. I got to make a thingy.
Okay, so on this one.
And just like they do.
Mm-hmm.
Sit there and play with them while you get the book ready.
Yep. Yeah, I'll show you. Let's see. I'm just gonna have this part. Okay.
Mhm.
Wooden blocks you would only use if they were super young or if they were really struggling through this and you'd have to reverse.
Okay.
Most of the time, I feel like in general they can get this one. We're starting with set B. And here I usually have to read through. You give them 2.
Okay.
Each of these pieces has a yellow side and a black side. Look at both sides of your pieces. We can put them together so they make a pattern. Watch me put them together. So then for this one, you use this model. So watch me. Now you try. Let me start timing. Let me start my timer. Good job. You did that in 2 seconds, and that's a pass.
Wow. Okay.
Then you say, this time we're going to make the pattern look like this picture. Watch me. Now you make the same pattern with your pieces. Go ahead. Start timing. That's right. 4, it's a pass. They get 2 points. If the child didn't get this in the first trial, then you model, picture, demonstration, and you would have to like guide them through it and then till they understand. Usually
Okay.
they will. This next one, you just show them the picture. Now I'll try this one. Go ahead.
Okay, let's just say I do it wrong, just to see.
Mm-hmm. So this one is still, they get a trial. Like, oh, that's not right. Let's look here. Like this. Now you try. Good job. So that one was a first time fail. The second time they got it.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay. And then they get bigger.
You keep going until they miss.
Now we'll use more pieces. And this one is still a watch me. As long as it has a demonstration, then you build it.
And then I come behind you.
And
Kid
then
comes
I would
behind.
say for this one, for 4, use all of the kids' blocks. And you're like, oh yeah, here it is. You see it? Now you try.
Like I do with the whisk.
Bloop. Now you try and make sure you're timing. So about the time, like let's say if they did it in 1 to 8 seconds, they get a score of 3 points. If it took them somewhere between 9 to 30 seconds, they get a score for 2 points. And if they went over the time limit, it's 0 points. So it's kind of like, I usually circle. So like, I stop my timer at 8 for this one. That's 3 points. And maybe I put a check mark out there. Let's say this next one, they did it in 11 seconds. They get 2 points. We got to this one, maybe they did it in, let's say 12 seconds. 3 points. Maybe this one took 22 seconds because they're getting distracted.
And they're getting larger.
Mm-hmm. Let's say 17, 22. Okay. 17 would be here, 3 points. 22 is here, 3 points. Okay. So the reason I did that is because we want to figure out, do we need to keep going or stop? We started at 13. So our first set is 13 through 19. We're going to stop here. If they did fewer than 3 items with less than maximum score, continue. So again, we're looking at, well, this one they got a maximum score. This one they got a maximum score. But this one, did they get a maximum score? Or here?
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
Do we need to go back? Go back to previous start point. Do not count this blah, blah, blah. Okay, so fewer than 3 first trial passes. Here's trial 1. They passed. They did a pass on trial this one. That was a pass. This is a failure, but this one was a pass.
Okay.
So they at least got 1, 2, 3 first trial passes. Maybe we don't have to go back.
Okay.
They understood how to do the task. This is good enough. We can be done.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it for that one.
Mm-hmm. Now, if they were really, now let's say they got, maybe this one was a full points. Let's see, maybe they did this in 6 seconds, and they did that in 12 seconds, and they did this one in 10, 12, 11. They earned maximum credit on really, all of them, or maybe just 1 or 2. That's okay. Yeah, let's deal with that. So what if they get, they could earn up to 4, but maybe he just earned 3 here and 3 here. So this is maximum, and these 2 are not maximum.
Keep going.
Keep going.
To the next diamond.
Because it's almost like you want them to, if they're doing well, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this one because it's like, yeah, okay, they missed 1 or 2. They can probably still do a few more. So if this, I stopped at 19, now I'm going to keep going until 22. That's my next stop point. For this one though, it starts, it changes. Now you're going to set C, which is smaller.
Wow, make it smaller than this? Oh, yeah, see.
And they use these blocks.
All the ones and look like the whiz.
So if your kids are older, they, if they are
They'll
7,
get it.
Yeah. If they're 7, they're going to start with these anyway.
Right.
Here. If he struggles, we were not even successful with the foam blocks, we go to the wooden blocks.
Okay.
So this would be, set A.
Oh,
We were really struggling. These are for, again, 2 or 3-year-old kiddos.
Okay, so I don't see those babies yet.
No,
Probably
and hopefully. So the unfortunate part is that this kid looks like his previous scores are really low.
Mm-hmm.
His ID may have to go back to here.
Maybe.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. But for this one, these are all, this one's a little bit harder to demonstrate because there are no pictures. You're just playing blocks with them at this point. Like, this is you. You are making this, and then you tell them, now you do it. And then you make your blocks look like this.
Now you do it.
Yeah, so these are straight up, you're modeling. There's no picture. You just create this little design with the blocks, and you have the kid imitate it.
Is that today?
Fire alarm.
Oh, Jesus. And cut.